It's number 3?
Yep.
Okay.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Pine River-Backus High School, where tonight it is a Northland Conference boys basketball matchup on yourliveevent.com. I'm Devin Kruger, and we are introducing Brandon Torgerson. You know, I never did ask if you have a radio name and you don't want to use your real name. I probably should have asked you that. Welcome, Brandon.
Hey. No, I do not have a radio name yet, no.
Not yet. Not yet. Brandon is going to be a part of our sports crew, and so we welcome him to our broadcast team and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. He'll do a little play-by-play. We're going to get his feet wet really quick with the playoffs looming around the corner, but Brandon, we're excited to have you on board, and excited that you're going to be learning a lot of different aspects of radio with us. You're a Pequot Lakes graduate, so you're just down the road.
Oh, yeah.
So you've been to the school a time or two, haven't you?
I don't think I've ever been to Pine River-Backus School, but we probably played Pequot when I was playing in pep band. You know, we probably played Pine River every now and then, but I don't think I've ever made it to Pine River School. No, so this is a new experience for me, and I probably have to say the Pequot gym is probably the biggest out of all the gyms I've seen, but
you know, it might be, but I'll tell you what, I love the view that we get here standing up above the gym, home of the Tigers, as we get set.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It helps us see everything. It helps us see it as it unfolds. So Brandon's going to do some color commentary, or at least say you'll pop in a little bit, and we'll give him some play-by-play chances for the second half. Red Lake is in town to take on the Pine River-Backus Tigers as we welcome you to the Station 371 pregame show. Restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 right on the highway here in Pine River. They have your quality Cenex gasoline. They're the only area fuel station with kerosene and off-road diesel, plus, of course, your bait, your tackle, and your hunting and fishing licenses. Station 371 in Pine River. Here on the pregame show, good crowd tonight. It was Parents' Night, Senior Night. They did a nice little honoring for parents and seniors before the matchup tonight. And Red Lake, actually, for some reason, I always think it's farther away than it is. Just under 2 hours, about an hour 46 drive. They have a nice contingency that has made the trip down for this one as well. We're going to take you through the team comparison here in the pregame show. We do have both head coaches on hand, and of course, we'll get to the lineups and the tip-off coming up. Red Lake won the JV game 57-40. Varsity teams are on the floor ready to rock and roll. We have more coming right up on the Station 371 pregame show right after this here on yourliveevent.com.
Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
And we are back on the Station 371 pregame show as we take a look at the comparison for these two teams entering play tonight. We'll start with the visitors, the Warriors from Red Lake. 17-6 overall, 8-4 in Northland Conference play. There are 4 conference losses to the top 2 teams in the conference. Cass Lake Bena, who is the conference champ, they're undefeated in conference play, and Nevis. They're coming off a win Thursday, February 15th. I forgot to ask Coach Desjardins about the long layoff. They have not played since February 15th. They got a win versus Blackduck 94-70. That stopped a string of 7 straight home games for the Warriors. They won 4 out of their last 6 coming into tonight. They're a high-flying team. They love to run. They love to shoot. 86.1 points a game. They're allowing 67. 7 times this year they have eclipsed the century mark, and 5 other times they scored 90+. It's imperative for the Tigers tonight to try to limit some possessions and slow the game down a little bit with the Warriors. for Pine River-Backus. They're coming in, again, it's been a tough season, 5-18 on the year, 4-8 in the Northland Conference. They're coming off a tough loss last night against Ferndale, 70-63, a loss that possibly shifts Pine River-Backus into the pigtail first-round games of the tournament. Of course, there's a week left of the regular season, but that could have been a key win for Ferndale in that matchup. The Tigers averaging 55.3 points a game. They're giving up just under 69. We'll chat with Coach Ackerman a little bit about that here in the pregame show. Do you like patterns, Brandon?
Patterns, like as far as...
I'm talking numbers. This is interesting, looking at the history of this series. Now, they've met once already. Of course, they play all the conference opponents twice. Red Lake won on January 23rd, 83-55. The conference matchups between these two teams has been a sweep every year. You have to go back to all the way back to the 2015-2016 season, last time they split their regular season meetings. So the question is, will that pattern hold tonight? If it does, Red Lake will end up with the victory.
Yeah.
So if you believe in patterns, Tiger fans, just hold out hope that this is a year to break it. So last year the Tigers swept. Actually, the last 2 years the Tigers swept. Red Lake swept the 2 years previous to that, and then there was a little back and forth. But yeah, I was doing that, and all of a sudden I caught that, and I have to go all the way back to the 15-16 season, the last time these two had a split series in the regular season. So here on the next up on the pregame show, let's hear what the coaches have to say about their clubs and tonight's matchup. First, we'll chat with the visiting head coach. He's been at it a long time. Nolan Desjardins, head coach for the Red Lake Warriors. He's the activities director as well. We'll chat with him first, and then we'll chat with Jordan Ackerman, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers. More coming up as we get ready for boys basketball tonight on the Station 371 pregame show on YourLiveEvent.com. Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
And welcome back to the Station 371 pregame show. As joining us now is Nolan Desjardins, the head coach for Red Lake. Coach, great to see you again. I always get to see you. It seems like every other year I have your game here in Pine River. Thanks for a few minutes before we get things tipped off in round two with the Warriors and Tigers tonight.
Oh, yes. It's always fun to come up to Pine River. Always fun.
Another real solid season for Red Lake, 17-6. As you're coming and we're approaching that final week of the regular season, how do you feel this season has gone compared to the expectations for your club, Nolan?
The expectations, we always want to go high because we are back in Class A. We're not in the 2A like we've been the past couple of years. That's a big hill to climb, especially when 1 year you're in single A, and then the next 2 years you're in double, and then you're back to single. So it's juggling around. We just got to adapt and adjust, and we want to make a run in the tournament time.
You had really quite a run of 7 straight home games. You've won 4 of your last 6. How much had you feel the team has kind of taken that step forward to play the way you want to be playing here towards the end of the year?
We want to be gelled up towards the end of the season, especially towards the last. I look at it the last week of our schedule. We want to go in there, gel, polish. Make sure all our plays are on cue. Our defense, our communication, stay out of foul trouble, health. We're doing good. Every day of sicknesses, we're battling over sicknesses, the flu and all that other stuff that goes around. But everybody's all locked in, ready to go, and we just take it day by day and game by game.
I see that you again have a team that can put up some big offensive numbers. When things are really clicking for the Warriors, what do we see execution-wise on the floor?
when we are clicking, you're going to see nothing but rain. It rains threes. If you make them, the game will go by real quick. But if you miss, it's going to be a long night. We have hit streaks where we made 15 out of 39, and there's nights where we went 6 for 39.
With Pine River-Backus, there's been a lot of good battles. You're able to take the first one fairly handily, at least by the final scores margin. What sticks out to you, Nolan, about the first meeting and what you put into a game plan to try to get the sweep tonight?
Well, it's always tough to beat a team twice. No matter how you approach it. You may have the excellent game plan, but once the ball goes up, it's a whole different ball game.
With your club and with these final 3 games, what are maybe a couple of the key things that you're focused on to fine-tune for the Warriors?
Pretty much try to hold our team under 50, try to get 4 shot clock violations per game. That's tough to do, but that's one of our goals as a team, as a unit.
Coach, fun to have you back here in Pine River. Thrilled to be here tonight. Thank you for the time. Good luck to you and the Warriors.
Oh, yes, thank you. It's always a pleasure coming to Pine River.
All right, that's Nolan Desjardins, head coach for Red Lake. Join us as we have more of the Station 371 pregame show right after this on yourliveevent.com. Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
And we welcome you back to the Station 371 pregame show for boys basketball tonight in Pine River. Joining us now is Jordan Ackerman, head coach for the Tigers. Well, Jordan, we're kind of looking at that final week now of the regular season. A tough one tonight with Red Lake in town. Of course, we always start. Thanks for some time before tip-off.
Oh, yeah. Good to chat with you again.
Always. You're coming off a tough loss last night, a competitive game with Verndale. They got it by 7. Give us your quick recap. What went down last night as the Tigers unfortunately lost again?
Yeah, no, Verndale shot the ball really well. Took advantage of our defense. We really did not have a good defensive night. Offensively, we were fine. Missed a few shots down the stretch, and we limited our turnovers, which was a good thing. But they just outplayed us on the defensive end. They deserve to beat us, and hopefully we can fix some of those today.
Well, I know it's tough to segue into it, but the defense has been the struggle this year mainly for the Tigers. You're giving up almost 69 a game. What are you continuing to work with these guys on to try to set that apart and kind of shift gears on the defensive side, especially with the playoffs looming around the corner?
Yeah, the main thing is just effort. Like last night, we didn't have enough effort on the defensive end, and if you want to win basketball games, you have to want to play defense, and just trying to get that effort, and then. Some of the little things too. They're getting beat off the ball. Our help side defense is a step slow, and just everything's a little bit too quick for us right now.
Your first meeting with the Warriors, they were able to win 83-55. What stands out to you from meeting number 1 against the Warriors this year?
Yeah, they're quick and fast, and they can really shoot the ball. They want to get out and run in transition, and they love to chuck it up the floor and hit threes. So we have to make sure we get guys back and stop those layups.
Well, you have a team and you have the athletes to run up and down a little bit with teams. Is this one of the situations where you have to try to slow the game down a little bit, or do you think your guys, if they're playing the right way, can race a little bit with these guys?
Absolutely, we have to slow it down. We tried that up there to slow it down and just limit the number of possessions they get. And they had a little stretch up there where they were running in transition. I called timeout and said they want to play that way, so we need to play the opposite, slow down and value the ball and not allow them to run. So for sure.
With especially as you get to this final stretch, when you're looking at some of those X factors for the Tigers, what are the biggest things that you need to see in a game tonight with a team to try to not only avoid the sweep, but just get this team the confidence you want to go into the last week of the regular season?
Yeah, they just have to play hard. Like you can't win and not play hard. Like the two go hand in hand. Winning and playing hard go together, and the playing hard part has not been there for us consistently. And then when we do play hard, we turn the ball over too much. So we have to put a complete game together, and we have yet to do that. So hopefully one of these days we can before the end of the year.
Tonight would be a good night to do that.
For sure. We would take it today.
Well, as always, thanks for the time. Good luck to you and the Tigers, Jordan. We'll talk to you after the game.
Yeah, thanks for covering, Devin.
Yeah, you're welcome. Jordan Ackerman, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers, as we break more on the Station 371 pregame show right after this on yourliveevent.com.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
And we are back here on the Station 371 pregame show. Devin Kruger and Brandon Torgerson here with you. Got to hear what the coaches had to say. And I think, Brandon, when you look at the defensive effort side of things that Coach Ackerman said, that can really be tough. And you can almost tell that it's tough for him to continue to talk about. It's something that's been a struggle throughout the season. Now you're down to those final few games. And as a coach, sometimes that can be the toughest part. How do you get that message through that if you guys want to get on a run, you want to have some good success at the end of the season, especially for a team that only has 2 seniors and has a ton of people coming back, it'll be interesting to see if they can flip that switch a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
For the Red Lake Warriors, this is going to be interesting. When you chuck up a lot of threes and coach says, yeah, some nights are hot, some nights we're not. It'll be interesting to see if they're on right away or if it's a kind of a gradual they catch fire. I'm excited to see what what they bring and if Pine River can get out on those shooters to not give them a bunch of wide open looks. Mm-hmm. Red Lake coming in at 17-6. Pine River-Backus 5-18 as the warm-up clock winding down. Again, they did a nice little parents' night deal, did a couple of, a nice little senior night deal. Only 2 seniors for the Pine River-Backus Tigers, Ethan Burns and Andrew Buchers. Both will be in the starting lineup for tonight. Red Lake has a roster with 5 seniors. They start 3 of them, but they also have a freshman in their starting lineup. We'll do that after the national anthem as they're getting all lined up. So we'll keep it here and let the anthem play. And again, a nice crowd that has filed in for tonight's matchup with the Pine River-Backus Tigers and Red Lake Warriors. Red Lake 3rd in the Northland Conference standings. The Pine River-Backus sitting in 5th place in the 18 conference. Other matchups tonight, everybody's in conference play tonight. Black Ducks at Northland Kellier. LaPorte is at Cass Lake Bena. And Walker Hackensack Akeley is at Nevis. 2 regular season games remaining for both of these teams next week, and then it will be playoff time. Of course, Red Lake will be in Section 8A, while Pine River-Backus is one of the teams in Section 5A. The girls' basketball brackets just came out for Section 5A. Pine River-Backus got the number 5 seed on the west side. They are going to be they're going to be at Nevis on Thursday. Here's the anthem sung by the basketball team. I've done this a long time. I don't know if I've ever seen the entire basketball team do the anthem before.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that either.
Pretty darn cool
Yeah.
for parents and senior night, the entire PRB boys basketball team with the national anthem. Now let's give you our starting lineups for tonight's Northland Conference matchup. First, for the visiting Warriors of Red Lake, 17-6 on the season, 8-4 in conference play. For head coach Nolan Desjardins, they will start a senior, Jack Brown, a senior, David Dudley Jr., a junior, Tyrone Bolio, senior, Gerald Kingbird Jr., and freshman, Austin Perkins. Again, for the Warriors, it's Brown, Dudley Jr., Bolio, Kingbird Jr., and Perkins. For the Pine River-Backus Tigers, 5-18 overall, 4-8 in Northland Conference play. For head coach Jordan Ackerman in his 3rd year, they'll start junior guard Tate Norman. They'll start senior guard Ethan Burns. They'll start sophomore guard Isaiah Ollie, senior guard Andrew Bukers, and sophomore wing Cole Oberfeld. Again, for the Tigers, it's Norman, Burns, Ollie, Bukers, and Oberfeld. Red Lake in the away, white jerseys, white shorts, red numbers and letters trimmed in black. The Tigers in the black jerseys, black shorts, orange numbers and letters trimmed in white. Of course, here in the first half, it'll be PRB going to our right and Red Lake going to our left. The Warriors looking for the season sweep after an 83-55 victory in round 1 up in Red Lake. Good crowd on hand as we're set for the tip. It's going to be Bukers and Bolio. Bolio actually had a little bracelet on his wrist. Good notice there by the official. Had him toss that off to the side before we get ready. There's the whistle, and our contest is underway, and the tip controlled by Red Lake. They go inside, and right off the bat, a quick shot inside by Dudley Jr., but he missed it. Tigers catch a little break right out of the bat, and that's what Red Lake's going to give you. It is going to be go, go, go for this Warriors team. Oberfeld with a high screen. Bukers. Good coverage on the backdoor cut. Bukers gives it to Oberfeld, right side deep in the wing. Ollie, they reverse it to the left side to Norman. Norman drops to Oberfeld, gets by one defender, drops it down inside. Isaiah Ollie gets the finish, and the Tigers strike first. .40 seconds in, and Red Lake back the other way. At the top is Perkins. We were told he was going to wear a different number tonight, but Perkins is sporting number 1, which was on the original roster. Here's a shot by Jack Brown. Open look for 3, and those are the looks you don't want to give up if you're the Tigers, as Jack Brown knocks down the triple to give Red Lake a 3-2 advantage. Early lead change. Coach Ackerman talking about limiting possessions. Of course, tougher to do now that every game has the shot clock. On the left side is Norman. He drives, kicks it to Oberfell, gives it to Ollie. Ollie drives, goes a double pump, and blocked by Austin Perkins, a freshman. Red Lake back the other way, down the right side, misses the layup on the runner for Bolio, and Pine River-Backus gets the rebound. Ollie will walk it up the floor, zips over to Norman. Norman going to take the quick three. This one banked in on senior night. Norman off the window, and it's 5-3, Pine River-Backus. On the other end, quick trigger three, Gerald Kingberg Jr., no. Rebound tapped out, Burns collects it for PRB. Well, Red Lake is a bit cold starting the night from the floor. Norman, backdoor cut, pass was behind Oberfell. First turnover, Kingberg Jr., pull up, free throw line, and rolls it in. Gerald Kingberg Jr., the senior, ties us up at 5. Now he's going to apply some pressure to Buchers. Buchers picks up the dribble on the wing. Ethan Burns with it. Burns and Buchers, the only two seniors for Pine River-Backus. Ollie, left side, blocked on the three. Bolio with the rejection. Shot clock at 15. Buchers dribbles around a defender in the lane, goes up, tough shot, rolls off to the right side. Rebound to Kingberg Jr. Here come the Warriors. Pushing up the left side. Pump fake Dudley Jr. in the paint, and a pass too high intended for Jack Brown. Each team with a turnover. Coach Desjardins going to tried to get a substitution in, but he didn't check in time, and then the ball was in play. Here's Tate Norman driving down the left side and hits the floater. Norman with a quick 5 early on. And PRB up 7-5 on the other end. Here's a shot, and they foul. Norman going for the block, and our first trip to the free throw line is going to be Jack Brown. Brown, a senior. You know, Coach Ackerman said he was going to try to limit possessions, but Pine River-Backus seems like they're kind of running with him here early on in the first 3 minutes. Yeah. First free throw for Brown is up and good. Substitution in for Red Lake. Andrew Roy coming in. Roy, a junior, he's going to replace Perkins. Second free throw down the hatch as well. And we're knotted up at 7. First 3 minutes off the clock here in the opening half. Here's Oberfell, and a pass stolen, went right through his hands. Kingberg Jr., and he'll throw it down with one hand. Gerald Kingberg Jr. The steal and the easy stuff on the other end. And Red Lake hoping that's going to pump them up. Here's Ollie in the lane, and he's going to get grabbed and held. It'll be on the floor. Foul on the Warriors. Foul's going to be on Bolio. Inbounding baseline right. Ollie fires it into the corner to Buchers. Buchers goes baseline, puts his body in between the defender, misses the shot, and then gets called for a foul on the rebound. Good, strong drive, just didn't get the bucket. And here come back the Red Lake Warriors, leading 9-7 here in the early going. Dudley Jr., Kingberg, Gerald Kingberg, free throw line, little fadeaway. That one rolls off the front. That one spun all the way around. Norman rushing it up the right side, down the lane. That's an offensive foul. No doubt about it. Roy was at the spot ahead of the restricted arc. Norman plowed into him, and Norman commits the turnover. And he kind of took the brunt of that one, too.
Yeah.
9-7 still Red Lake. Walking it across the half-court stripe is Dudley. He'll zip it to the right side. Gerald Kingberg looking for Roy. Here comes the screen. And now we're going to get a foul, and they're going to get Buchers for pushing through Roy, and that's going to be number 2 on the senior Buchers. Early foul trouble for the senior, one of the leading scorers. Coach Jordan Ackerman going to leave him in there for now. Roy gets the inbounds. Dribbles to that high post area. Now a pass tipped by Oberfell. Kingberg back to Roy. Here comes the three from the corner. That one short. Rebound tapped again. It's out of bounds, and it stays with Red Lake. Coach Ackerman going to try to quickly get a sub in. Freshman Isaiah Downey will check in for Buchers. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Red Lake as Roy lobs it into Brown. Brown sets up the half court. Both teams man-to-man so far throughout the first 4+ minutes. Roy with a drive and a kick intercepted. A takeaway for Downey on the steal. And now he drops it to Norman. Norman in the paint, little fadeaway. That one off the window and in. Tate Norman's got 7. Tied up at 9. Red Lake quickly back the other way. Here's Roy. Oberfeld defending. Fay made him alter the shot. Offensive rebound. Here's a 3. This one off the back iron for Brown. And Norman taps the rebound out. Pine River-Backus basketball. Good contest early on. 9 apiece. Here's a quick 3. Ethan Burns. That one back iron, no. And the rebound to Jack Brown. Tigers are doing a nice job getting back on defense. One of those key points that Coach Ackerman talked about. Talked about the effort on defense. And here's a nice floater in the middle of the lane for Gerald Kingbird Jr. He's got 6 to make it 11-9 in favor of Red Lake. Isaiah Ollie into the front court to Downey. Downey dribbling, little hesitation, almost carried it over. They get it into the corner to Norman. Norman, one dribble, long skip pass. Ollie thought about 3, instead goes into Burns. Burns underneath, and the layup spins out, and we're going to have a foul on Ethan Burns after he missed the bunny in the paint. We've seen both teams now miss a couple right down close. Substitution for Red Lake as Ryan Kingbird, a sophomore, will come in. He'll replace Dudley Jr. 12:26 to play here in the first half. 11-9, Red Lake in front. Looking for win number 18 on the year and the season sweep. Here's a drive, and it's Kingbird. This is Gerald Kingbird. Another bucket for him. He's got 8. Norman back the other way. Burns right on the near sideline in front of the Red Lake bench. Norman to a cutting Ollie. Ollie pump fake, got the defender in the air, and he finishes. Right now, a little tit for tat. Here's a drive and a kick. Roy in the corner. He'll slide up top of the key. Going to hand it off and set the screen. Here's the drive down the left side by Ryan Kingbird. He'll flip it out. Shot clock at 18. Red Lake works quickly in the half court. Gerald Kingbird, top of the key, 3 on the way. This one spins off the left side, and the rebound pulled down by Isaiah Downey. Ollie will bring it across. Here's a backdoor cut by Oberfeld. Beautiful cut, outstanding pass, and Ollie with the assist. Oberfeld with his first bucket. We're tied at 13. It was an 83-55 win for Red Lake in round 1. Brown in the lane, had it tipped away momentarily by Oberfeld. Now steps back, puts up a 3. This one off the right side, and the rebound spins left into the hands of Norman. Red Lake certainly not on fire as Coach Desjardins would like to see. Early in this one, under 11 to play in the first half. And Ollie has to tap it, and we're going to have a double dribble. Ollie knew that he put the ball on the floor in extra time, and he also was smart enough he couldn't touch it, and, well, he had to, or else it was going to be a free layup on the other side. Back in for Red Lake is Dudley Jr. Red Lake with the basketball, knotted up 13 apiece. Good action here in the first half. Both teams struggling a little bit shooting. Here's a kick out. They roll it to Roy. Left side, wing 3. This one off the left. And Pine River-Backus rebounds again. Ollie sprinting down, and he lost it again. That's back-to-back turnovers on Isaiah Ollie, and a lot of frustration on his face. That lane was opening up for Ollie. Instead, it's turnover number 5 for Pine River-Backus. 10:23 to play here in the first half. 13 apiece. Dudley Jr. at the top working against the freshman Downey. Drives left side, got caught up, and I think that's going to be a jump ball. It is. Pine River-Backus gets the turnover. Red Lake's going to bring the full court press. Ollie to Downey. Downey down the near sideline. Gives it off. Here's a drive by Dalton Minion. Minion up, and he is fouled. Minion, nice strong drive on the baseline. Ryan Kingbird with the contact. Minion will go to the free throw line for 2. Lots of other games on for this Friday night. As the first free throw up and in as Pine River-Backus has regained the lead. Tomorrow, the Northern Lakes Lightning in section semifinal action, taking on Fergus Falls down at the MAC in St. Cloud. Pregame at 6:40 on KLKS Talk 100.1 and RJBroadcasting.com. Both free throws down for Minion for his first points tonight. Pine River-Backus with a 15-13 lead. Here's a drive. Here's a runner. And that one off the front of the rim by Dudley Jr. Excuse me, that was Bolio. And Pine River-Backus with the rebound. Norman cut off by Bolio. Oberfeld to Ollie. Ollie down the right side. He kicks. Norman wants three. This one a shade too short. Rebound tapped, and Roy has it. Here comes Red Lake up the left side. It's Bolio, left side, three. This one off the mark. And Pine River-Backus rebounds with the lead by 2. One thing we know that Coach DJ is not going to do, he's not going to tell his team to stop shooting the threes. Here's a three by Oberfeld, and that one is off the window. Pine River-Backus has made 2 threes here in this first half, and both of them have been at the bank. Gerald Kingbird Jr. a drive. Ryan Kingbird traveled. Red Lake turns it over. Pine River-Backus a 9-0 run, and things not looking pretty for the Warriors on the road right now. Perkins returns for Ryan Kingbird. Halfway through half number 1. Pine River-Backus here at home leading 18-13. Isaiah Ollie up the near side. They work it back around to Ollie on the left wing. Drops on Oberfeld's wide open, gets some contact. No, Norman tips it back up and in. Norman has 9, and it's an 11-0 PRB run. Coach Desjardins doesn't look concerned, not calling timeout. Dudley Jr. flips it back to Roy. Roy between the circles. Kingbird Jr. long 2. This one rolls off. And Norman and Ollie just about tied themselves up on the rebound. Ollie surveying as he just gets across half court before the 10 seconds. Oberfeld to Ollie. They go inside again. It's Minion. Minion off the glass, short. Got the rebound back and got blocked by Kingbird. Another chance for the Tigers. Ollie with the drive. This one, no. Norman tips it up and in. 4 chances at the bucket. Pine River-Backus has scored 13 straight and leads 22-13, just under 8 to play in the first half. Perkins at the top. Looks to drive against Minion. Down the lane. Puts it up. No, but on the arm. Dalton Minion got him. And Perkins is going to the free throw line. That is the 6th foul for the Tigers here in the first half. And the first free throw off the mark. Perkins, just a freshman, got the starting nod. Second one is good. 22-14 as that somewhat stops a 13-0 PRB run. Oberfeld down deep to the left side to Norman. Norman goes, attacks, cannot catch it. Perkins got a piece. And now it's stolen by Oberfeld. Oberfeld left side, scores! Oberfeld with the steal and the score. 24-14, PRB by 10. Gerald Kingbird Jr. step back 3. And a big, big bucket there for the Red Lake Warriors. 24-17, and now a tip pass and a turnover. Here's Kingbird Jr. again, and he's going to be bumped and fouled. And Isaiah Downey is going to pick up the personal. Boy, that crowd was getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
7:10 to go here in the first half. Gerald Kingbird Jr. already 11 points tonight. Make it 12 as he gets a friendly roll on the road for the first free throw. A 15-1 run by Pine River-Backus. Now Red Lake trying to turn things back around. That's 5 straight points for the Warriors. Trying to crank up the defense. Oberfeld, nice feed inside. Minion, counted and a foul. Perkins is saying he didn't get him, but the official that had a kind of a back-end view said he did. Minion with the and one. as Perkins picks up the personal. And a big answer for the Tigers. Dalton Minion off the bench, the junior. Hits the three-point play. He's got a quick 5 points off the bench. 7 minutes to play here in half number 1. 8-point Tigers lead on the home floor. Dudley Jr. surveys. Goes left side, turned over. Gerald Kingberg went towards the basket right as the pass left. Both teams now with 6 first-half turnovers. Ollie off the inbound to the right side to Downey. Tigers have had a good success getting inside. Now Ollie for 3. That one airballed. Oberfeld, great hustle. The rebound, and he puts it in to Tate Norman, who has 13 points here in the first half, and Oberfeld winning all the hustle points for the PRB Tigers. Dudley Jr., Kingberg, corner, 3. This is Gerald. This one off the mark. Rebound tapped out. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's Pine River-Backus basketball. Great hustle by Andrew Roy there, diving out of bounds. Jack Brown returns for Red Lake. He'll replace Bolio. 6:19 to go. Tigers hoping they can put together a bit of a shocker here. They're up 10. Isaiah Downey kicks it up to Oberfeld. Backdoor cut Norman. Norman going up, challenging Perkins, and the rebound out of bounds. Last touched by, they say, Red Lake. Pine River-Backus basketball. That was outstanding defense by Perkins. Very disciplined. Like the drive by Norman, too. Off the inbounds, Norman in the corner. Wraps it around to Minion. Minion wants to drive again. Cut off. They kicks it out to Oberfeld. He'll take the triple. And that one's banked in. Are you kidding me? The third time tonight, PRB has banked in a 3, and they're up by 13. And here's a steal. Oberfeld the steal. He'll cruise in, lay it up and in. The crowd goes wild as Coach Desjardins calls for timeout. Tiger fans on their feet as they have a 15-point lead with 5:44 to go here in the first half. Pine River-Backus 34, Red Lake 19. Timeout on the floor here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time. Serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC. Online at SchruppExcavating.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash. Open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
We're back with you. Devin Kruger, Brandon Torgerson with you as 34-19. Pine River-Backus up 15 on Red Lake. Coming in with 17 wins. Pine River-Backus with 5. But the Tigers have out-hustled Red Lake up to this point. Here's Jack Brown. A little step back. Good help defense there by Minion. Here's the drive. A little pump fake. Gerald Kingberg Jr. flips it back. Brown sets. Fires for 3. Just a shade long. And the rebound tap. Red Lake gets a second chance. Bolio to Perkins. He wants 3. This one in, out, and back in for Austin Perkins. His first field goal. That snaps a 10-0 run. Pine River-Backus has had a 15-1 and a 10-0 run in this first half. Here's Norman going for the flush, and it's off the back of the iron. Maybe partially connected by Perkins, and it's out of bounds. Norman was going for the poster. Didn't quite finish it, and Red Lake has the basketball. If you get to call a dunk on your first game tonight, Brandon, I'm going to be upset, man. It took me years to get my first dunk call. Brandon will take some of the play-by-play in the second half. Here's Perkins. Perkins gives it off to Brown. He'll give it to Kingberg. Kingberg, step back. Gerald for 3. This one in and out. And the rebound to Isaiah Downey. Andrew Bucher's on the bench in foul trouble for PRB. But they have been playing very well tonight for the most part. 4.5 to play. Backdoor cut again. Oberfeld down the left side, and there's going to be a foul. Coach Desjardins wants a travel. He might have an argument on that one, but the foul was called. Gerald Kingbird Jr. on the personal. And Cole Oberfeld, he's got 10 points so far tonight. The sophomore wing at the line for a pair. First one up and good. Pine River-Backus, a team coming in averaging 55 a game. They've already got 35 on the scoreboard. Ryan Kingbird returns for Red Lake. Second free throw for Oberfeld. That one too strong, and Red Lake gets the rebound. 35-22, Tigers by 13. Gerald Kingbird Jr. drive and kick. Brown on the baseline, cut off by Oberfeld. Lobs it up top. Here's Bolio. Bolio drives left side, and a nice underhand finish. First points tonight for Tyrone Bolio, and Coach Ackerman takes a timeout for Pine River-Backus. With 4:05 to go here in the first half, it is Pine River-Backus 35, Red Lake 24. A timeout on the floor. We're back after this. This is high school boys basketball on YourLiveEvent.com.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
4:05 to go here in half number one. Red Lake led early 13-9. Pine River-Backus went on a big run. Red Lake trying to crank up the pressure. They want a track meet type game. Coach Ackerman said in the pregame he wanted to slow it down, but so far the Tigers have kind of hung with it. Now here's Gerald Kingbird stripping it away. Oberfeld on the right at the half court stripe. Here's Isaiah Downey. Pull up from 10. Buried it. The freshman Isaiah Downey with a nice teardrop floater. 37-24, the Tigers answer again. Gerald Kingbird, pull up, free throw line. This one spins off the right side. I think the Tigers are doing a nice job of blocking out. Not a whole lot of offensive rebounds. Here's Oberfeld to Ollie. He's set. He's got to look for three. This one off the back. And the rebound tapped up and collected by Gerald Kingbird. Here come the Warriors up the right side. In between the legs is Dudley Jr. Looking inside for Ryan Kingbird. Now Brown. Brown here dumps it down. Ryan Kingbird, the sophomore, goes up, fades away, high off the window and in. Coach Desjardins wanted to follow with it. Didn't get that call. Ryan Kingbird's first bucket. Pine River-Backus has led by as many as 15 here in this first half. Isaiah Downey with under 3 to play. Gives it to Ollie. Ollie the drive, the jump stop. Lost the handle on the way up. He wanted the foul. Minion ends up with it, and somehow Dalton Minion, with a lot of English, spins it off the window and in. On the other side, Isaiah Ollie tried to take a charge, didn't get to the spot quick enough, and Bolio is going to head to the free throw line as this game is taking a pretty good shove towards frantic pace. And now Bolio is going to go to the free throw line as Ollie picks up his first foul. 2:42 to play in the opening half, 39-26. Bolio's first free throw spins off the left side. Andrew Buchers will replace Oberfeld for Pine River-Backus. Oberfeld gets a well-deserved applause for his hustle so far tonight. Bolio sets second free throw. That one off the left as well, but Ryan Kingbird hustles for the offensive board. Second chance for Red Lake. Bolio to Brown. Shot clock at 15. Brown going to take the long three. Hard off the right side of the rim. And it's rebounded by Pine River-Backus. Ollie lobs it up to Downey. Red Lake looking for traps. Downey, spot three. This one gets the friendly bounce. It wasn't off the window, but it counts. 16-point PRB lead. Brown in the lane, tries to go reverse side in a wild off-balance shot. Pine River-Backus rebounds again. Ollie up the near side. Pine River-Backus is sharing the ball well. They're getting some fortunate drops. Ollie wants a three. This one short off the left side. Rebound tapped, and it's out of bounds. It's going to go to the Warriors. Halftime recap will be next. We'll check the scoreboard. We'll give you the notes and numbers from the first half. Gerald Kingbird Jr. hesitation around a screen, pops the three. This one spins out. Ryan Kingbird taps a rebound, but into the hands of Norman. Red Lake has only hit 3 threes in this first half. Pine River-Backus has hit 4. 3 of them have gone off the glass. Now here's a steal. Bolio going to go for the reverse layup. This time he misses. Tigers catch a break off the turnover. Now they turn it over again, and Bolio will spin it up and in again. All the Tigers with another turnover. It's 42-28. 1:20 to play. Now here's another tap away. Kingbird. Here's Kingbird up the left side, and there's back-to-back turnovers and transition buckets, and now you're flirting with a little disaster if you're PRB. Got to take care of the basketball if you're the Tigers. Tate Norman on the right side. Drops it high post to Buchers. Buchers working against Ryan Kingbird. Kicks it back out to Norman. Buchers, who has not scored, got saddled with early foul trouble. Over 1,000 points on the career, and now as he tried to kick a pass out, Ryan Kingbird got a piece of him, and Ryan's going to pick up the foul. Downey will come out. Oberfell back in. 50 seconds to go in the first half. The foul was on the floor. 5th team foul on Red Lake. Ollie's going to inbound it. Ollie looking inside, not there. Lobs it to Buchers. Buchers on the right side. Dribbles in, kicks it out. Downey. Downey with a drive. Down the left side. Off balance shot. Left it short. Red Lake grabs the rebound. Up ahead comes Bolio. He'll hand it off to Gerald Kingbird Jr. Now he'll take a long three. This one off, and Oberfell grabs the PRB rebound. 30 seconds to go in the half. Shot clock is off. Norman will drop it over to Downey. To Buchers. There's the lob. Buchers right underneath. Pump fake. Shot up and doesn't get the roll. And now we should have a, wow, they're going to call a jump ball. I'm really surprised they didn't get number 3 on Buchers. A little frustrated after he missed the layup. Downey will come, or excuse me, Minion will come in for Buchers. They don't want him to pick up 3. I really thought that was going to be number 3 on Buchers. 18 seconds to go in the first half. 12-point PRB lead, Gerald Kingbird Jr. Near the half-court logo with 10. He backs it up. He's asking for a screen. Now he goes to Brown. Brown on the right side goes for the long 3, and they're going to count it, and there's a foul. So a potential 4-point play here in the final seconds of the first half. Oberfell closed out too strong. Kingbird, make that Brown hit the 3 and gets the and 1. As Red Lake trying to get a nice momentum boost here at the end of the first half. PRB led 42-26 with just a couple minutes left. Brown hits the free throw. He's got 9, and the lead cut in half just like that. 2.4 to go. Here's Norman. Norman for 3. Too strong, and it's halftime. The Warriors and Tigers in a battle here at Pine River-Backus High School. At the break, PRB 42, Red Lake 34. Our halftime report is coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Okay.
We are back here. It is halftime at Pine River-Backus High School. Parents' night, senior night, and a bit of a surprise right now. The PRB Tigers 5-18 on the year. Red Lake 17-6, and PRB leading 42-34. Devin Kruger, Brandon Torgerson with you. That 8-0 run could be huge for the second half for Red Lake. Pine River-Backus has kind of been out hustling them. They've been shooting better. I mean, everything for that perfect storm that Pine River-Backus was looking for happened in the first half, but Red Lake had that little flurry at the end.
Yeah.
With Jordan Ackerman, he talked about defense. He talked about effort. Mm-hmm. I think, again, even with the 8-0 run at the end, I have to like what I see if I'm Coach Ackerman.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the fact that he was, I can see where he's coming from. I mean, with this game going the way it is, I mean, it's kind of a repeat of last night, except it's fortunately Pine River is actually ahead of the game, and unlike Aiken last night, and so it is. This is really exciting game if to watch. Being the first game for me to announce it, it's. Definitely eventful, and
I hope you're ready to speed talk. No, no, it's been a fun first half. Good energy. It was interesting because with Pine River-Backus having the lead, they had two big runs in the first half. They were down 13-9, and went on a 15-1 run to go up by 10, 24-14. Then after Red Lake scored 5 to cut it back to 5 at 24-19, the Tigers responded with another 10-0 run. They were up 34-19, that 15-point lead, eventually 16 at 42-26, and the 8-0 run before the half. It was almost like the crowd, the shock built them. I think you can't blame anyone for coming in thinking that Red Lake had the upper hand. They won by 28 points in the first meeting. They have 3 times as many wins. But as Pine River-Backus kept scoring, got a couple breaks, got a couple turnovers, it was like the crowd suddenly just built up and then started exploding with every play that was going on with the Tigers. It was a fun atmosphere in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
So the Tigers up by 8 at the break. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to go through the first half numbers, and we'll start getting ready for half number 2. PRB 42, Red Lake 34. It's the half here in boys basketball on yourliveevent.com.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
News, weather, and sports from your community. Look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area.
Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com, local voices from local radio.
This year, Schrupp Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at shruppexcavating.com.
Back with you here at the half with Pine River-Backus leading Red Lake 42-34. Didn't see much for scores. I was more checking girls hockey at the state tournament. Boys hockey tomorrow with Northern Lakes on KLKS Talk 100 in the section semis against Fergus Falls. Here in basketball, Pine River-Backus with the 8-point lead. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half. Turnovers, I have Pine River-Backus with 9, Red Lake with 7. For rebounding, Pine River-Backus with a nice edge, 25-17 overall, 6-4 on the offensive glass. Coach D. Charlet talked about how Red Lake, they've had some games where they've struggled shooting, and they've had some games where they absolutely light it up. Definitely more on the struggling side so far tonight for the Red Lake Warriors. From the free throw line, Pine River-Backus is 4 out of 5. Red Lake is 5 out of 9. Individually, senior Gerald Kingbird Jr., he's leading the way for Red Lake. He's got 15 in the first half. Jack Brown with a couple of threes. He's got 9. 4 apiece for Austin Perkins and Tyrone Bolio, and then 2 points for Ryan Kingbird. For the PRB Tigers, Cole Oberfell, the sophomore, and Tate Norman, a junior, both with 13 in the first half. Oberfell also with 2 steals and 2 assists. 7 for Dalton Minion, 5 for Isaiah Downey, and 4 for Isaiah Ollie. Minion's been a really nice spark off the bench for the PRB Tigers. Those are the first half numbers. When we come back, we'll get the second half started. Pine River-Backus will have the basketball to start the second half with an 8-point lead, 42-34. Pine River-Backus leading here on yourliveevent.com.
4.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash. Open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
We are back getting ready for the second half. Couple of, or at least one quick score update. I wasn't able to find much for basketball scores for locally. In girls basketball, Pequot Lakes wrapping up the regular season against Pierce tonight at home, and the Patriots have a 31-15 lead on the Pioneers. Pine River-Backus starts at the ball the second half and making his play-by-play debut, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Torgerson.
All right. And number 1, it's Tate Norman goes to number 24. That is Bookers. And that goes number 2, Red Lake. And it goes number 21. And it, right off the rebound. Oh, nope. Goes number 2. Oh, it goes to number 1, Mr. Tate Norman of Pine River. And he goes to Pine River number 4, Ethan Burns. Oh, and it's a foul, right?
Foul's going to be on David Dudley Jr., his first.
And at the free throw line is Oberfell. And Red Lake gets the ball. That is number 21. And it is in. Now that goes over to Pine River. Tate Norman back to and it goes in. Pine River. That's
first bucket tonight for Bukers.
Yes. That's number 2, Dalton Minion of Red Lake. And it is in for Red Lake. Back to Pine River. Tate Norman over to number 24. Bukers. And it goes back to 34. That is Cole Oberfell. And now Red Lake has it to the number 1. And it rebound. And number 34. Oberfell back to Tate Norman of Pine River. Back to Ethan Burns. And it is back to Tate Norman, and he goes to Ollie, and it is in. And that is number 2 of Red Lake, and it is off the rim, and it's a rebound. Pine River has the ball, and it is Tate Norman.
That's a couple of quick shots. Their shooters, Jack Brown and Kingbird, they're going to launch them.
Number 5, and it's in for Pine River. Pine River 51 and Red Lake 39. And just right off the rim. And it is a no-go for Red Lake.
We're going to get a PRB foul here on Burns. Putting Dudley to the line.
For the free throw shot. Gets a second chance at the free throw. And he makes it. And Pine River has the ball.
1 for 2 trip at the line.
And
it's going to be a jump ball.
Okay.
Norman drove down, and they're going to say that Kingbird got it clean enough that instead of a travel, they called the jump.
And that is Red Lake, number 2. And Red Lake. That was number 2 of Dalton Minion.
Jack Brown.
Right off the rim. And now Red Lake has the ball, and it goes back to Minion, and
Foul going to be on Cole Oberfell here. That's going to be his 3rd. Sending Jack Brown to the free throw line for 3, and looks like we'll have a timeout here first. Timeout here for Pine River-Backus with 14:28 on the clock here in the second half. 51-42 Pine River-Backus. We're back right after this on yourliveevent.com.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
And we're back on YourLiveEvent.com, and Jack Brown of Red Lake is at the free throw line, and it's a no-go. He's going to get a second chance at the free throw, and it's in.
And it was a shot was outside the arc, so he's got 3 coming here.
Yeah.
2 out of 3.
Yeah. Pine River has the ball. That is back over to number 5 of Owley, and it's in. Red Lake of Bulio over to Jack Brown. And right off the rim.
If that's Oberfell, that's his 4th, and it is. And Cole's had a really nice game tonight for Pine River-Backus, and now he's got 4 fouls. Jack Brown right back to the free throw line.
Yeah. And it's in on the first shot.
Isaiah Downey will come in, and it'll be interesting to see how long Oberfell has to sit and what happens with this lead. He's kind of been the energizer so far tonight for the Tigers.
And Pine River has the ball. It is over to number 24, Bukers. Bukers goes to Owley. Owley over to Tate Norman of Pine River. And it's back over to Owley. And Bukers has the ball.
Traveled.
Yep.
Second turnover this half. 11th in the game on PRB.
And Red Lake number 4. And that's Red Lake. Kinberg Jr. Now the Pine River over 2. And that's missed for Pine River, and Red Lake has the ball again with Bolio. And
he was called for a travel on the near side.
Pine River, Bukers over to Ethan Burns, and it's out of bounds.
I think they're going to get a foul on Red Lake here. He was really off balance, but they're going to say Ryan Kingbird got him. That's number 3 on Ryan Kingbird off the bench.
And up to the free throw line is Ethan Burns.
First one in, his first point tonight. Actually, they have that as number 2 on. Well, I don't know if they put that on the scoreboard.
And it's in. Red Lake has the ball. It's Kinberg Jr. Passes it to Jack Brown.
Contact with the head, that's an automatic whistle. Isaiah Awley picks it up, his second. Now Dalton Minion back in for the Tigers.
And the Pine River has the ball, and it is Tate Norman going down this. And back passes it to 24, and number 5, Pine River of Awley, back to Downey, and Norman now has the ball, back to Downey, and then back to, and that's in for Pine River.
Foul going to be called on Bolio. That will be number 2 on him.
And Pine River, Dalton Minion is up to the free throw line. Oh, right. Spins right off the rim.
Yeah, that was his first miss. He was 3 for 3 in the first half.
And it's in. Red Lake has the ball and passes it to Kinberg Jr. Kinberg Jr. passes it to.
Foul called on Minion with the reach. Already 5 team fouls on PRB here in the second half.
Bolio passes it to. Oh, and right off the rim, and then Jack Brown picks up the ball, and it goes to. Oh, Pine River steals the ball back away from Bolio, and Tate Norman of Pine River-Backus has, wait, no, and, right off the rim. Red Lake now has the ball back again, and it is in for Red Lake.
That's Gerald Kingbird Jr. again.
Kingbird, yeah.
Got the and one. Foul is on Buchers, his 3rd.
And Gerald Kinberg Jr. is up to the free throw line for Red Lake.
With that bucket, he's got 20 now.
And it's in for Red Lake. Now Pine River-Backus has the ball, and it with Buchers. Passes it to Ali. And
jump ball. Pine River-Backus turnover there as the inbounds went off the foot of Buchers, it looked like.
Red Lake has the ball with Dudley Jr. Back to Jack Brown. Over to Andrew Roy, over to Dudley Jr. again. Over to Kinberg Jr. Andrew Roy picks up the ball. Passes it to Dudley Jr. And Pine River-Backus takes the ball. And that is Ali. Over to Downey. And passes it to Buchers, and it is out of bounds.
Lost his balance trying to drive, and turnover number 4 this half on Pine River-Backus.
Timeout.
Oh. If that timeout's taken by Coach Ackerman, I think that leaves PRB with only 1 left, and it is for Pine River-Backus. They're going to take another timeout, so we'll break as well. 56-49, PRB in front on yourliveevent.com.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
What's happening?
All right, Red Lake, 21. It's over to Jack Brown, and he makes the shot. Pine River-Backus has the ball. It's Tate Norman, and now Red Lake is up to 52. Norman goes over to 34 of Oberfell, and Norman makes the shot for Pine River-Backus, and 58-52. Pine River-Backus still ahead.
That's Norman's first bucket this half after going for 13 in the first half.
21 of Kinberg Jr. and bounces right off the rim. Over to Pine River-Backus. Ali passes it to Minion of Pine River-Backus, and over back to Norman again. Oh, back to. Oh, it bounces right off the rim, and Red Lake takes the ball right back again. And that was Red Lake bounces right off the rim, and Pine River-Backus takes the ball back again. And as Ali passes it to
going to get a reach-in foul here against Bolio. That'll be his third. Team foul number 5 on Red Lake this half. Make that number 4. Team foul number 4 this half on the Warriors.
And that's Tate Norman to Pine River-Backus. 34. Oberfell makes the shot to Pine River-Backus, and that puts them at 61. And Red Lake fails to make the shot, and as it goes to Ali Pine River-Backus again, and over to Tate Norman. And it's in again for Pine River-Backus. 63.
With the and one.
Yeah. Keeping the streak going tonight. And that's a timeout. Called by Coach Ackerman, I believe.
Nope, Coach Desjardins.
Oh, I did? Okay. And
8:16 to go in the second half, and
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
And we are back live on YourLiveEvent.com. Pine River-Backus hosts the Red Lake Warriors, and Pine River-Backus at 63 with Warriors at 52. 8:16 left in the game, and that is Norman makes the shot for Pine River, and it balls at Red Lake. That is Kinberg Jr., and then over to Bolio, and then it is Jack Brown, and he makes the shot for Red Lake. 55.
That's the fourth 3 for Jack Brown tonight.
Yeah. And Norman may. Oh. Red Lake has the ball, and it is Kinberg Jr. Goes for the shot, and it is in, and Red Lake 58.
Just like that, Coach DJ Lade, his Warriors are now heating up from outside, and the Tigers are going to have to answer and or try a way to slow them down again.
River-Backus. Auli has the ball and passes it to Oberfell, and it is in to Pine River-Backus.
Wow. Tough shot by Cole Oberfell.
Red Lake. Jack Brown goes for the and makes it. Red Lake, and it puts him at 61. And Auli, Pine River-Backus passes it to number and rolls right off the rim there. And Red Lake has the ball again with Jack Brown. Passes it to Dudley Jr. Over to Kinberg Jr. Back to Jack Brown. And Pine River-Backus steals the ball back as Auli, and it is in.
Auli with 11, 7, or excuse me, Auli with 13, 9 this half.
And Red Lake is Dudley Jr. makes the shot for Red Lake. 68-63. And Red Lake makes a free throw shot of Dudley Jr. And Pine River-Backus has the ball. That is Tate Norman. And Red Lakes takes the ball back. Bolio passes it to Jack Brown. And bounces right off the rim. Jack Brown has the ball again. And it is a no-go for Red Lake. And
wow, that could have cut the lead to 1. PRB led by as many as 16 in that first half.
Auli has the ball for Pine River-Backus. And it is in. 71 for Pine River-Backus. Red Lake goes, and it's in for Red Lake, 66.
Kingbird has 28 now.
And Norman has the ball for Pine River-Backus. And Red Lake takes the ball back and goes to 21, Kinberg Jr. And it's in for Red Lake there, puts him at 68.
3-point game.
Downey up, and it goes to
Gerald Kingbird Jr. with a foul, his third. Both he and Coach DJ Lane not thrilled with the call. Pine River-Backus will inbound on the near sideline.
And Pine River-Backus. Bukers has the ball, passes it to Ethan Burns. But Oberfell and over, and rolls right off the rim. And Red Lake has the ball back to Jack Brown. And Red Lake goes for the shot, and
nice pass.
And it is for Red Lake, and it puts them at 70. 1 point behind Pine River-Backus, and then Pine River-Backus has the ball. It is Bukers. And it is in for Pine River. Oberfell makes the shot. 73-70.
With the and one, foul called on Dudley Jr., his second. Oberfell had 13 in the first half. He's got 9 more in the second half for the PRB Tigers with 1 more to try for.
Oberfell up to the free throw line. And it is in for Pine River-Backus. And Red Lake has the ball. Passes it. And it is in for Red Lake.
Perkins snuck behind the defense, headed up with an easy deuce.
Pine River has the ball. It is Buchers. Passes it to Ali.
Wow, they're going to get fouled on Kingberg. He doesn't like, he tried to say that was all ball. That one was tough. It looked like there was plenty of contact with the ball, but official felt there was enough skin that Gerald Kingberg Jr. now picked up his 4th. And Ollie's at the line for 3.
And that is Ollie up to the free throw line of Pine River-Backus. And it is in.
First trip to the free throw line tonight for Isaiah.
And that is in again for Pine River-Backus at 76. And Red Lake at 72. And 3 in a row. And Red Lake has the ball, and it bounces right off the back rim there.
Great
and
block out by Ethan Burns.
Ollie has the ball for Pine River-Backus, and it goes to miss for Pine River-Backus and Red Lake. Jack Burns misses the shot, and it is back in. Ball is back to Pine River-Backus, Ethan Burns, and
Dudley Jr. just got called for a foul in the backcourt. Said something and got hit with a technical foul. Coach Desjardins is going to now ask for the explanation. Ethan Burns is going to go to the free throw line, and it was the 9th team foul. So this is a 1-and-1 for Burns first with the blocks empty, and then Pine River-Backus will get the technical fouls.
And
so that's the 1-and-1. And now the Tigers will choose who they want to shoot the technical fouls. They'll bring Isaiah Ollie to the line, so 2 shots for Ollie, and then PRB will have the basketball.
Ollie makes the shot. The free throw line. And it's in again. Pine River-Backus.
Now the Tigers will get the basketball too. 3:28 to go.
And Pine River has the ball. It's out of bounds.
Turnover number 8 this half, number 17 in the game for Pine River-Backus.
And Red Lake has the ball, and it is Kinberg Jr. Rolls right off the rim.
Got a whistle and a foul on Ethan Burns. He'll pick up his 3rd, and Kingbird will go to the free throw line for Red Lake. He's 3 for 3 from the charity stripe tonight.
And it is in for Red Lake. And Kinberg Jr. makes it again for Red Lake, and Pine River-Backus has the ball, going to Buchers. Buchers looking to pass to Ali, and passes it to Tate Norman. Back to Buchers. and drops the ball. .258 left, and
foul on Perkins, and it's going to be, that's team foul number 10, so it is double bonus. It's 2 free throws for Buchers here.
And Buchers up to the 3-throw line. And it is in for Pine River-Backus. And bounces right off the rim. And Jack Brown of Red Lake has the ball. And he passes it to Kinbird Jr. Over to Bolio and back to Jack Brown again. Jack Brown going for the shot and right off the rim. Pine River-Backus still leads 80-74.
Ethan Burns on the foul. That's his 4th. Jack Brown at the line for 2, where he is 7 of 8 so far tonight. Had 9 points in the first half, has a big second half going.
And it is in for Red Lake. It's Jack Brown. And it is in again for Red Lake, Jack Brown. And the ball is passed to Ali. Back to Tate Norman at Pine River-Backus. Passes it back to Ali, back to Norman again. Norman goes for the shot, and rolls right off the rim there, and Red Lake takes the ball back, and that is Kinbird Jr. Kinbird Jr. passes it to, rolls right off the rim there, and Red Lake is out of bounds. 2:03 left on the clock tonight. And Norman has the ball for Pine River-Backus. Passes it to Ali. And goes to number 24, Buchers. And rolls right off of there. Red Lake takes the ball back, and that is Bolio. Pine River-Backus takes the ball, and timeout. 1:37 left on the clock. Pine River-Backus in ahead with 80-76.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
And we're back live on YourLiveEvent.com. Pine River-Backus leads the Red Lake Warriors. And 1:37 left on the clock, and Pine River-Backus leads with 80-76, and the ball's passed to Buchers, over to Tate Norman of Pine River-Backus. And he passes it to Oberfell, and as a no-go, rolls right off, and Red Lake has the ball. It's Kinbird Jr. and passes it to Jack Brown, and is in for Red Lake.
Nice drive and finish.
78. Ball's passed to Pine River-Backus Buchers. Back to Ali. And Pine River-Backus attempts to make the shot, but is out of bounds.
Boy, Dalton Minion had a great chance at that easy putback and then just went a little too strong.
And Norman takes the ball back over to Buchers. Buchers passes it to Minion. Back to Tate Norman. And 39-8 left on the clock.
They called a foul, and that was on Gerald Kingbird Jr. So I think that's his, that is his fifth. So one of the leading scorers for Red Lake has fouled out with 39 seconds to go. And Coach Desjardins is going to take a timeout here.
And we'll be back with more coverage on yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This year, Schrupp Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
We're back live on yourliveevent.com. Pine River-Backus against the Red Lake Warriors. Pine River-Backus leads 80-78 with 39-8 left on the clock. Pine River-Backus has the ball, and there's a no-go on the free throw shot.
Can keep it a one-possession game even if he makes the second.
And it is in. Tate Norman to Pine River-Backus. And Red Lake has the ball. Bolio passes it to Jack Brown. Jack Brown going for the shot. And Pine River-Backus takes it back. That is up.
Boy, PRB with a massive steal, and Cole Oberfell fouled. Well, this crowd is jacked if they can pull off this win.
Yeah.
Ryan Kingbird the foul. That is his third. Cole Oberfell to the line for two. He's 2 for 4 tonight. 25 seconds to go.
And Pine River-Backus has the ball. 34 Oberfell, the free throw shot, and it is in.
Now a two-possession game. Red Lake has 2 timeouts left. Pine River-Backus with 1. Red Lake does have the possession arrow.
And it is in. Pine River-Backus, and Red Lake takes, and Jack Brown has the ball and passes it to. And there's a foul. 17-6 left on the clock, and
Pine River-Backus got away with a push underneath on Ryan Kingbird, and Red Lake's not going to be real happy with how some of the fouls have been called, because that one was pretty clear from me, and then they got the rebound, and Oberfell's right back to the free throw line.
And bounces right off the back for 34 Oberfell.
17 seconds to go here. Remember I talked about patterns at the start? Basically 8 straight years of sweeps.
And it is out of bounds. With 14-5 left on the clock.
5-point game.
And Red Lake takes the ball as 24. And Jack Brown misses the shot at 6 seconds left.
And they're going to get a foul on the rebound. Andrew Buchers is going to get the foul. That'll be his 4th. So Andrew Roy goes to the free throw line. 6 seconds to go. And Red Lake at least a little bit of life here with the clock stopped and a chance to put a couple points in if Roy can hit both. He has not scored tonight.
And Andrew
2
Roy
shots.
makes the shot for Red Lake.
He can make it a 1-possession game with knocking down the second one.
And it is in for Red Lake. 6 seconds left on the clock. There's a timeout.
Red Lake only has 30-second timeouts remaining. So Brandon, of course, you have 6 seconds. It's a 1-possession game. If you're Red Lake, you can play for the steal, but you can't waste time here. So you've got to – you're basically going for the steal, and if you foul, you foul. You cannot try to go for a steal and let 3 seconds go off the clock before you foul. You're still going to kind of go for the steal. You can get fortunate enough perhaps to step in front of a pass. You know, if you're Pine River-Backus, you have to be smart with the ball. Red Lake's been putting a lot of pressure on them. I think Pine River-Backus has handled the pressure pretty well. I wouldn't be surprised to see if Pine River-Backus tries to maybe send somebody down court. If it's open, you take the long shot for that pass. If it's not, you got to play it safe. And Pine River-Backus does have a timeout left if they need to burn one here.
And Pine River-Backus has the ball at foul.
Yep, they didn't waste any time. Inbounds went to Oberfell, and Austin Perkins went right over to him to try to get contact. 4.6 on the clock.
Pine River-Backus still ahead, 83-80.
This is interesting because Oberfell did miss his last 2 free throw attempts, but he made the 3 previous. 1 here is what you really are looking for here.
Oberfell at the free throw line for Pine River-Backus. And spirals right out of the shot there.
.6 is plenty of time to dribble up the floor if Red Lake needs it.
And bounces right off the rim. And
oh my, offensive rebound and then a foul with .1. The rebound went high off the rim and Tate Norman went to get it. And then Bulio had to foul Oberfell even though he's missed him. Now only .1 seconds. So a make here definitely seals it for the Tigers.
Oberfell gets it. And
for the first time since the 2015-2016 season, this series will end in a split.
And that is the game. Pine River-Backus 84-80.
Wow, what a game here for parent and senior night for the Tigers to get a win. Post-game recap. Notes, numbers, award winners, all coming up. Pine River-Backus gets the win 84-80 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash, open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Wednesday nights at 7 on yourliveevent.com.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Piers, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great. Devin Kruger, Brandon Torgerson here with you. Pine River-Backus holds on in a bit of a shocker tonight. 84-80 over the Red Lake Warriors. Pine River-Backus now 6-18 in the conference, 5-8 in Northland's conference action. Red Lake falls to 17-7, 8-5 in the conference. First half cold shooting. Pine River-Backus built that lead. Red Lake had that little spurt right before half, and I thought, that could be dangerous. Is that going to give Red Lake that big boost of momentum? And then in the second half, Pine River-Backus just kind of kept weathering the storm. They got some answers when they needed, and they come up with a fun win tonight.
Yeah. It was quite the game. I mean, comparing what we heard from Coach Ackerman before the game, and it was a good game. I mean, for Pine River tonight, it was a good win. And
physical game, fast game. It's interesting that when you look at the pregame, Coach Ackerman talked about defensive effort. He talked about limiting possessions. Well, it ended up being more of the track meet style that I thought, you have the athletes that are capable of doing it, and it certainly sounded like he didn't want that style of game, but the Tigers kind of proved something tonight that they can play, and if they can get their shots falling, get multiple contributions, they had a huge game from Cole Oberfeld. Isaiah Aldi in the second half really was big. Tate Norman was huge in the first half. That's a recipe for a dangerous team with this PRB Tiger squad.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of length. Red Lake, they started hitting those threes in the second half. They started heating up, and I think some of the people might have been thinking, oh, no, here we go. They're going to rattle off, a 20-point run, but PRB held them. This was a lot of fun, got the crowd energized, and it's going to be fun talking to Coach Ackerman about this one.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he'll be pumped up.
84-80 the final. When we come back, we'll take you through the final stats. We'll gather our postgame award winners and interviews as well. Pine River-Backus with the stunner tonight at home, 84-80 over Red Lake here on yourliveevent.com.
Economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. PRBschools.org.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This year, Schrupp Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
Restock on food, fuel, and baits at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, off-road diesel, and is the only stop with #1 diesel. Make sure to stop by to wash off the sand and salt with their indoor car wash, open when the temp is at least 26 degrees. They'll hook you up with your fishing and hunting licenses too. Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Thank you for supporting local business.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the...
We are back here on YourLiveEvent.com as joining us here for the Postgame Awards is our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player for tonight's game, and that is going to be Dalton Minion. Dalton, first of all, what a fun game. What a fun win for the Tigers. How did that feel out there?
That felt really good.
You're coming off the bench, and I thought you provided a great spark in the first half. Tell us about what you go through with practice, your role for the team. What do you try to bring when you're getting your chance on the court?
Just running and rebounding pretty much. I'm usually just trying to be a six-man, help wherever I can, whenever I can.
Coach Ackerman talked about defensive effort for especially this game, knowing you're going up against a team that can light up the scoreboard. What were some of the focal points? What were some things that you guys were talking about? Like, this is what we need to do tonight to try to slow this team down.
A lot of defense, a lot of stay on your man, and stick with them pretty much.
You know, you talked about when you come in, your kind of goal is rebounding. Well, you ended up with 7 points in the first half. You found some good spots. Were you almost kind of surprised at how many good opportunities you had underneath the basket?
Yeah.
But now you've shown that you can convert on those. So, what do you want to take out of this game and put forward as you try to finish the regular season strong?
Do the same thing.
Well, Dalton, it was a ton of fun. I loved watching the effort tonight. This is such a fun win for this club. Congratulations on being our Enbridge the Energy player of the game.
Thank you.
That's Dalton Minion. He is our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. And now we're going to be joined by our Pine River Family Market star of the game. Pine River Family Market, your local grocery store. You can get all the big city stuff with a small hometown atmosphere. Remember, on Wednesdays, milk is 2 for $6. Gallons of milk, 2 for $6. You can find out more by going to Pine River Family Market or check them out online, pineriverfamilymarket.com. Cole Oberfeld, tonight's star of the game. I had you for 26 points. How did this one feel out there, Cole?
It felt really good, really good. Felt like a breakout game, and I just felt really good.
Early on, you hit a couple of shots. Now, granted, you did use the glass on a couple of the threes, but when that happens, do you kind of get a sense like, hey, tonight's my night?
Yeah, I felt good. That first one, I didn't know, but that second one, I called bank on that, and that was all day.
As long as you called it. Again, I thought the hustle was just, it was so much fun. It seemed to be on another level. Was there anything particular about tonight that you guys just had that motivation of, this is the night we're going to put it together?
I think after the loss against Verndale, all of us realized that we got to step something up, and I think we all realized that we got way more, opportunities, and we can always improve, and we can just be way more better than we actually are, and that motivated me way more after the loss against Verndale.
Offensively for this team, you put up 80, and we knew that this team coming in had some capabilities to score. What stood out to me tonight, Cole, was how you did it, because you got some threes, but you also attacked the basket really, really well tonight. What goes into the decisions? What were you guys talking with Coach about finding the right opportunities to attack?
I think just running our plays and just throughout the game knowing what the opponent's going to want to do on you and just how they're going to defend you.
How about on that flip side, defensively against this team? What were the standing points?
I knew we had to come in and stop 21-2, and I was just really thankful that 21 fouled out at the end of the game, and that I was really thankful for that.
Well, it was a factor, but you guys also knocked down some key shots, hit some key free throws. You withstood a lot of the storm for the comeback. Congratulations, Cole, on a really cool win tonight for you.
Thank you.
Cole Oberfell, he is our Pine River Family Market star of the game. We'll take a quick break so we can get these guys their awards. Head coach Jordan Ackerman joins us next as Pine River-Backus beats Red Lake tonight 84-80 on yourliveevent.com.
Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
The PRB Boosters are happy to sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
The PRB.
We are back here on yourliveevent.com as Pine River-Backus gets an 84-80 victory over the Red Lake Warriors. As joining us now is head coach Jordan Ackerman. Coach, I simply have to start with, how does this one feel for you, the way this team put it all together tonight?
Oh, it feels really good, especially just the highs and lows of sports. You know, yesterday was a really, really down day for us at the end of the night, losing that game, and then to come back and have that feeling too. It's just like the roller coaster of sports that you got to love, and you're just happy for the kids that they have that experience of the fans and, their parents here. It's senior night, it's parent night, kids stepping up into huge roles and winning. There's just so many different angles as a coach that you just sit back and you just, I got a little goosebumps right now because those are the things that kids remember. They remember the locker rooms banging the lockers and, the missed free throws and the missed calls and they missed the big threes, and those are the things kids remember. So you're just happy for the kids that they have one of those, hopefully a core memory for a lot of them.
When it came down to this contest and how it played out, you said in the pregame that you had to limit possessions. And this was much more in Red Lake's favor tempo-wise, but your guys kept answering.
Yep.
They got some big stops. They got some big rebounds. So Cole said that after last night, he said the team said, we've got to do something. How important is it for you that they not only said it, but then they go out and show it?
Yeah, that's the main thing. I made up a word in halftime. I said, I don't want to hear my bad at the end of this game. Like, I want to hear my good, which doesn't make any sense, Hopefully my English teacher isn't listening, but that I didn't want to hear my bad at the end of this one. Like, at some point you got to step up and do what you're supposed to and compete at a level you're supposed to. And I was super proud of them for doing that throughout the game. And like you said, the tempo was in Red Lake's favor almost the whole night, but we just kept responding, and I was super proud of them.
I want to go to the defensive effort comment because defense is effort, and it has been something that the team has struggled on. The funny part is you gave up 80 points, but I thought your defensive effort tonight was actually pretty fantastic throughout. What stood out to you about what you saw in terms of how they tried to hold this Red Lake team down and at least make it challenging for them?
Yeah, I thought we found 21 and 2 decently well, despite them scoring like 50 or 60 between the two. Those are obviously their best players, and they're just really good basketball players, no matter how you guard them. If you go double off of them, then somebody's sitting in the corner that can shoot wide open, and we kind of had to just try to play them straight up. And, obviously they scored a lot of points, and our guys put a ton of effort into stopping them. And it was just barely enough to win the game. So, kudos to those two players. They're really, really tough and can shoot, and we hopefully just caught them on the wrong night.
Yeah, and they were pretty cold in the first half, but in the second half, when they did light it up, you were able to answer. And something else, of course, we talked to the boys about, but it stood out to me of how you scored. You got some outside, you got some inside, you got the opportunities at the free throw line. That was about as complete of an offensive game as I think you could ask for, because you scored in almost every way possible.
Oh, absolutely. We hit threes, and I look at your box score there, and our senior top scorer, best player, scored 3 points.
Yeah.
And then a 10th grader steps up and scores 25, which is huge. He needed a huge game, and he stepped up. So that shows me that they're ready and they're fighting. They want to win and compete, which has been an issue for us, of just that level of competitiveness. How bad do you want to win? And like Dalton Minion stepping up, that was just so fun to see. And Ethan Burns starting, he just gave us great minutes, into starting on senior night. Isaiah Downey came off the bench tonight and did really well. So those guys just stepped up and wanted to win and competed to win. So that was just awesome.
Obviously, the competitiveness and the effort are going to be those intangible things to take forward from this game. But when it comes to execution, gameplay on the floor, what do you hope this win will do for this Tiger squad going into the final week of the regular season and get ready for playoffs?
Yeah, they have to understand that they can beat anybody, and I hope they know their coach believes in them. I believe that they can beat good teams, and we just haven't shown that up to this point. We've lost to some teams we shouldn't have, in my opinion, and so I hope that they truly start believing that when they step on the floor, they have a chance to win. And I don't think we're there fully yet, to be honest with you, that them truly believing that they can win, but I hope that they know that I believe they can win any game, and as a coaching staff, we're going to continue to push them, because we're here to win, and that's the goal in playoffs. So hopefully we can continue with that confidence and belief in themselves.
2 games at home next week to wrap up the regular season. And, of course, your next one is again against one of the top teams in the area with Nevis. Coach, we wish you the best, and we'll look forward to seeing you down the road soon.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here. Hopefully it was a good one for you.
It was a blast. Jordan Eckerman, head coach for the Pine River-Backus Tigers, joining us. 84-80 the final. When we come back, we'll go through the final numbers as we have them. We'll wrap it up here on yourliveevent.com.
Sponsor coverage of the Tigers. Like them on Facebook for events and fundraisers. The PRB Boosters could use your help. Be part of great events and fundraisers, all built to give back and present more opportunities for the students of Pine River-Backus schools. For information or to get started, email prboosterclub1.com. Meetings are the first Monday of every month at 6 p.m. at the school. Good luck, Tigers, from the PRB Boosters.
Do something fun and make new friends. Join a bowling league at Community Bowl and Pizzeria in Pine River. Community Bowl and Pizzeria has openings for all leagues: men's, women's, mixed, youth, seniors, and also Special Olympics. Enjoy some friendly competition and have a great time. Food specials offered on all league nights. Don't forget Moonlight Bowling every Saturday evening. For information on leagues or to sign up, call or stop into Community Bowl and Pizzeria in downtown Pine River. 218-587-3100.
Hannikin Insurance Agency is proud to support today's coverage. Hannikin Insurance has been serving families and businesses in central Minnesota for over 30 years. By working with an independent agency like Hannikin Insurance, the process of finding insurance that is appropriate for your goals and budget is simplified. Contact Hannikin Insurance Agency in Pine River, Little Falls, Pierce, or Brainerd online at HannikinInsurance.com. Let Hannikin Insurance give you the peace of mind that comes from knowing your financial situation is secure.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Great people, economic viability, a wonderful place to live. Pine River, Backus, and PRB Schools. PRB Schools is a small school district with large district opportunities, providing activities and classes that involve students, making sure every student has everything to be successful. PRB Schools also offers a variety of community ed programs, a great way to learn new skills hands-on with others within the community, making connections with families, being involved with the community, becoming a community family. prbschools.org.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This year, Schrupp Excavating is celebrating 40 years of digging it right. With this milestone year, Schrupp Excavating wants to thank all of their past, current, and future employees and customers. They appreciate all you've done to help Schrupp Excavating become one of the most trusted companies in the Lakes area. For any excavation project, Schrupp Excavating will have your project done right and on time, serving Pine River, Backus, Pequot Lakes, and all the surrounding communities. Schrupp Excavating LLC, online at schruppexcavating.com.
Back with you on yourliveevent.com. Devin Kruger, Brandon Torgerson with you. Pine River-Backus with the upset, 84-80 over Red Lake. Also on yourliveevent.com today, it was Staples Motley defeating Aiken in girls hoops 64-56. Also in girls basketball, Pequot Lakes defeats Pierce 53-30. In boys basketball, Crosby Ironton over Mesabi East Big 91-42, and Staples Motley over Monaga 72-65. That's what we have for your area scoreboard. Looking at the numbers for this one, with Pine River-Backus getting the big win here at home, it was turnover-wise, Red Lake did win that battle. They were +5. Pine River-Backus had 17 turnovers to Red Lake's 12. Rebounding, though, Pine River-Backus did a nice job. I guess we didn't address that with Coach Ackerman, but rebounding, Pine River-Backus 14 offensive rebounds. Red Lake had 10. That's not a huge margin, but it seemed like the Tigers just had another really good effort, and they did a good job of not allowing Red Lake a whole bunch of extra opportunities. And so they boxed out well. 47-36 was the total rebounding edge in favor of the Tigers. From the free throw line, there was plenty of contact with a fast-paced game like this. A lot of free throws. Pine River-Backus goes 19 of 30. Red Lake goes 18 of 24. Finishing the night for the Warriors, leading the way was Gerald Kingbird Jr. He finished with 31, 15 in the first half, 16 in the second. He hit 4 threes. Jack Brown knocked down 5 threes. He had 19 in the second half. He finishes with 28. And then 6 for Tyrone Bolio, 6 points for Austin Perkins, 4 for David Dudley Jr., 2 apiece for Ryan Kingbird and Andrew Roy. For the Pine River-Backus Tigers, leading the way tonight was sophomore Cole Oberfeld, 26, 13 in each half. 21 for Isaiah Awley. He had 17 of those in the second half, including 5 for 5 from the free throw line. 19 points for Tate Norman, 8 for Dalton Minion coming off the bench, 5 for Isaiah Downey off the bench, 3 points for Andrew Buchers, and 2 for Ethan Burns. A parent night, a senior night win, and potentially a huge confidence booster for the PRB Tigers here at the end of the regular season. Coming up next, Red Lake is going to be taking on Badger Greenbush Middle River on Monday. They will wrap up Tuesday afternoon with Northam Kellier to finish the regular season. Pine River-Backus Tuesday at home against Nevis. That is an early start due to the precinct caucuses. They are not allowed to have events in the evening, so they moved up the time, and it is going to be a 3:40 pregame show and a 4 o'clock tip-off for Pine River-Backus boys basketball taking on Nevis. So 3:40 for the pregame, 4 o'clock for the tip. Nevis at PRB right here on yourliveevent.com. And then the Tigers will wrap up the regular season Friday at home against Swanville. Pine River-Backus led by 8 at the half, and they hang on for a 4-point victory, 84-80 over Red Lake. Tigers go to 6-18 overall, 5-8 in the Northland Conference. Red Lake falls to 17-7 overall, 8-5 in the conference. And for the first time in 7 years, the season series ends in a split, with the Warriors taking the first game and Pine River-Backus winning tonight. I joked about that pattern. Sure enough, it came. There was a reason, I guess. I looked it up. Yeah, 7 straight years of sweeps in the series. 2015-2016, the last time these two teams split. Brandon, hey, thanks for joining us. Not too shabby. First time. We just threw you into the fire tonight. So, you got the feet wet, and there's plenty more to come.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us. Of course, thank you to all of our sponsors helping us bring you PRB Sports here on yourliveevent.com. That'll do it for us. Tigers get the win 84-80. I'm Devin Kruger. Let's do this again.